Can you introduce yourself, including your name, what you teach, and how long you've been at Harper?
Sure. My name is Nellie Khalil. I'm a faculty member in the biology department. I typically teach courses that focus on general biology with a particular focus on organisms and how they interact with the environment. And I have been a full-time faculty member at Harper since 2012. I started as an adjunct at Harper in, I want to say 2008, but it's been a while, so I don't remember if it was 2008 or 2010.
Can you give background on your international experiences, including personal experience, professional experience through Harper, and any other professional or academic experiences you've had?
Sure. So my earliest international experiences are tied to my family's background. So both of my parents are immigrants from Egypt. So as a kid, we used to travel to Egypt periodically to visit family members. Also, when I was 6, my father and I moved to Cambridge, England, and I lived there for a year before moving back to the States. Academically, my first international experience was as an undergraduate at Indiana University, where I took a tropical biology course that was based in Costa Rica. And since that time, I've been to Costa Rica several times. Many times as a faculty member at Harper. I traveled with Craig Stetner's Bio 150 course, taking a group of students to Costa Rica for a field biology course. I've also led a study abroad course in Panama with Dr. Rich Johnson and Professor Makila Maitha. We did kind of an interdisciplinary study there. And then also as a faculty member, I've participated in a field faculty seminar, and the field faculty seminar focused in Central America, where we specifically visited Guatemala, El Salvador, and Nicaragua.
And what initially interested you in infusing global concepts into your courses?
My interest in infusing global concepts initially arose out of a need to tie my course concepts to real world scenarios. Otherwise, it was just me talking about a lot of theoretical things that students couldn't relate to. Math and science in particular, I just know sometimes people don't think about them through a global lens, but they don't exist in a vacuum. Math and science collectively are tools that we can use to help solve some of our big pressing global problems, things like water scarcity, climate change, the rise of infectious disease, and environmental degradation. So it was really important to incorporate global concepts to have students think about these global problems and potential solutions for the future. These types of problems are multifaceted and they require an interdisciplinary approach if we're supposed to develop solutions. And international education helps to provide that interdisciplinary approach. And it increases students' engagement, not just with their courses, but then also in terms of them thinking towards the future. Further, international education helps our students to work collaboratively with one another and with people from various cultural backgrounds, which further helps them for the workforce when they're done with Harper. So that was largely tied to why I would want to infuse global concepts in the first place.
What are your goals for international education at Harper College as the incoming faculty director?
Well, so this is somewhat a hard question to answer because the Office of International Education currently already does so many great and wonderful things. And the office currently has a 3-pronged approach, which I'm sure Rich Johnson has mentioned to many folks. That 3-pronged approach involves strategic planning, where the office sets a 5-year goal, the global region of focus. Our current focus is on Southeast Asia, and then international mobility, which includes things like study abroad. As faculty director, I would work to continue this 3-pronged approach. And specifically, I have goals to increase the number of intercultural virtual exchange opportunities for both students and faculty, especially as we continue to operate remotely. This is a great way for students and faculty to work with partners abroad. Students get to engage with peers at other institutions all over the globe, other academics and professional experts. It also is a great way to reach students who might not normally engage in a study abroad opportunity, but it's still a great way to provide them with a kind of global exchange and intercultural exchange. I also have goals to increase student accessibility to study abroad opportunities. I know study abroad sometimes gets a label of being only available to students of certain backgrounds. And one of my goals is to try to increase student participation. I'd like to work with the Academy for Teaching Excellence to provide more faculty development opportunities in international education, and also work collaboratively with faculty and staff to understand their needs with respect to international education and work to increase participation of faculty and staff in these internationalization efforts. And then finally, although it doesn't sound terribly exciting, I would like to continue to use assessment to identify areas for improvement in the arena of international education at Harper and help define our goals going forward.
And what has been your favorite or most impactful international experience?
So I have different answers for favorite and most impactful. My favorite international experience has been Costa Rica. I've enjoyed all the countries that I have visited or lived in, but Costa Rica is my favorite. Besides the astonishing biodiversity and the beauty of the natural landscapes, my interactions with the people that I've met there have just been so pleasant. In Costa Rica, there's a popular greeting, Pura Vida, which means pure life. It also helps to describe kind of a way of life that is mindful and living in the moment. So every time I come back from Costa Rica, I find that I'm thinking more about how to engage in the day-to-day life and enjoy simplicity. And I feel more relaxed, I think, every time after coming back. So definitely that's my favorite. Most impactful would be Egypt, just because of my family's ties there. They definitely helped to shape me as a person. They've shaped me in terms of how I consider cultural differences and think about how cultural differences can shape one's worldview. It's really, have me question notions of identity and what factors play into people's identity and how much identity can be hidden and what aspects of identity are you can appear on the surface. Visiting Egypt opened my eyes to some economic disparities that, especially as a kid, I was not aware of living in a small town in the Midwestern US. So again, that definitely probably had the biggest impact.
Well, thank you for all of your answers today and having this conversation with me. And we look forward to having you in the international office.
Thank you, Sloan. I'm happy to join.